Hey guys, Martin here bringing a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle video, and so today I thought we would try out the STR Cell on a different kind of team. You guys know that I haven't been super impressed with this guy, and I made the tier list for the TURs, Dokkan Fest TURs, non-Easy A version. I put him at number 8, which a lot of people thought was too low. It's interesting his response in the reception in the community, because like a lot of people responded to my putting him so low, and then I think it was the same day or the next day Truth did his tier list and put him at 3, and there was a bunch of comments from people complaining that he was too high. So it seems to be very split in the community how good people think this cell is. I also see someone mentioned it in stream yesterday that I was doing that a lot of people respond to like the criticism of Cell, or like say me placing him at number 8. I see a lot of people saying like, nah, he's top 3 or like he's top 4, but just that, and not like why they think he's that good. And obviously in my list video I went through the reasons why I don't particularly like him, but I have been using him a lot obviously on his own team, so I thought it'd be interesting to try out this team build where we've got Glorio, who obviously is one of the best TURs in the game. This guy is on his team because he's on Accelerated Battle. Now obviously he's not on Dragon Ball Seekers, so he's only going to be getting a 170 lead from Glorio. So this isn't the point of the video, isn't to say like, you know, if he doesn't do well in this video, be like, see, he's bad, because he is on a lower leader skill team. Although having the floating like double Glorios and having the support does obviously make up for the slightly lower leader skill. But yeah, we're just going to see how we get on. The Glorio support obviously is going to help quite a lot. This Goku is a character that like he hits quite hard right from the start, but builds up as we go. Unfortunately, we have gotten like a really bad starting rotation, because what I would like to get set up is obviously have the boos together and the cells together. And I guess that's the only annoying thing about Glorio's team, is that if you want to float someone off to like fix the rotation, it then means having Glorio not in slot 3, so he's not giving the support. And then obviously it can be kind of awkward. Yeah, Tam. 430k straight away in slot 1. Okay. I mean, obviously he's not a great slot 1 unit, especially when he's not built up and like pre-revive and everything, but I mean, if he ends up just getting killed here and reviving straight away, that would be helpful. I mean, we only have the one cell on the team, so it's not like we need to worry in this scenario about like who's, you know, which one's getting the revival and then coming back onto rotation and all that kind of thing. So tanks for double digits after supering. How much do you tank the normal for? The normal does 1.3 from Goku. Okay, yeah, so we don't tank that, but that's fine. So now we can get the revive. I mean, I guess in a way, we kind of, this is what we want, I guess, to get him to revive early and be the more powered up version. He obviously builds up by doing attacks, which he did a few of. So when he comes back around again, he's going to have guard, that extra damage reduction, and then just be that little bit better overall. I'm probably going to have to float him off next time though, because yeah, this whole scenario here with the rotation is really bad. Cell can kind of slot 1 against a superclass enemy, especially with type advantage, so we should probably use this opportunity to float off the Boo. Although, again, by having a Glorio in slot 3 on the first turn, it means we're going to end up with double Glorio turn now, which is not really what we want. But yeah, Tech Cell tanking that like a beast in slot 1, 60k, and then the best part of Tech Cell is that obviously, I say the best part, he's a very good unit overall obviously, but he heals on super, so we basically healed the damage we took from that super attack back with Cell's super attack effect, so that's good. The other good thing, of course, actually, I kind of forgot, this Goku event, like we made some jokes about it when it first came out, Truth calling it the hardest event in the game, but there's a lot of aspects, even then, obviously, some other like stages have dropped since then, but I definitely don't think it is. Like, Goku can be attack lowered, which is obviously very useful. Of course, when Glorio only does a bunch of additional normals, that doesn't really help anybody. And of course, Goku has guaranteed hits, right? Dodge is disabled. So Glorio really wants to be getting multiple super attacks because he can build up his raw defense to actually being very high. And then that coupled with him lowering attack on his supers is obviously very, very good. I'm not sure what Goku's damage threshold is, but it is funny seeing these units critting for 0. Obviously Kid Buu needs to get built up before he's... There you go. Even the second super he's then able to do damage, so that's good. Also, this guy has an unarmed super attack, so Kid Buu's just going to straight up... yeah, nope out of this. There you go. He takes 0 damage. Love to see that. Okay, so Cell has guard. Oh, this is an awkward turn though, because who... Really on this turn, like Cell is the only slot 1 unit really, but we're kind of setting up for this to be the Buu rotation. I guess we could do that once the Kid Buu is on the turn though, I guess. So if we do this, so now we're at 780k defense, but we have guard and we have all the extra damage reduction now. We've got the support from this Demon King Piccolo. So obviously we're running a full extreme team. It's not full demonic power, but it's full extreme, so he's still getting all of the buffs. And now we can see the difference here. So we tank for double-digit damage from the initial normal, and then the super, yeah, double-digit damage. So significant increase in his ability here once he's got that revival off. And we do have big bad bosses active with Buuhan at least, so 0 damage though. Let's go. My Cell is 69%, so additional for 13 mil. Can he do damage with crits? I'm not sure if he if he's even going to get one now though. 14.5. Getting the crit. There we go. So as long as we crit, we do damage. But Goku has a ridiculous amount of HP. I'm not sure if I will even necessarily go like all the way to the end of the run here. We'll see how we get on with the team. But obviously Buuhan lowering attack is very useful as well. I think we should probably be fine here for the most part. The next turn is going to be awkward. The double Glorio turn. Buuhan should be able to tank this, I think, post-supering, right? Yeah, Buuhan is very, very good defensively after he's attacked. And then Demon King Piccolo is a unit that I haven't used a crazy amount, but obviously the Anniversary LR, very good support for these extreme teams. Not sure how well he'd be tanking like a super. Oh, wow. Tanking a normal for 300k. Okay. Well, there we go. So, I mean, I guess we don't really have much of a choice here but to do this. We will at least get the support from the slot 3 Glorio. So everyone's going to get a little bit of an extra buff. He obviously isn't getting any links active, so he really needs to do multiple supers at the end of the turn for us to actually be able to do some good damage here. But yeah, next turn we're going to have Kid Buu and Buuhan together. Kid Buu can go slot 1, because obviously we know he's going to be able to tank the super, because he'll just straight up negate it. And then obviously we're going to have double Glorio attack lowering on this turn. So the normal attacks he should be okay to tank. He hasn't taken many hits so far, so he's still got that full damage reduction from his first couple of turns. And Goku can super twice. Him supering Cell both times is exactly what we want, because the Glorios, if they don't super enough times, they would probably die to his super. Because remember, they can't dodge against this Goku. And even though they don't do damage with these attacks, at least at first, they still attack lower him with them, even if they're not actually doing damage. Now if we're critting, we are, which is good. The friend is Rainbow. My Glorio has 2 dupes. So it's funny, because even in this event with dodge disabling being a thing, like Glorio can still be good, but it is one of those things, once we got the rotation set up, he's going to be a 3rd slot floating unit, and if he does get caught in slot 3 by a super, it's potentially GG. But I think it's interesting to think about, and I talked about it a little bit in that tier list video, but like, I do think it's interesting we have quite a different like suite of end game events at this point. Even within the Redstones themselves, a lot of the stage is very different, like this one compared to like the Universe Survival Saga one, for example. And it's interesting that even some of the units who are like the best units in the game are not necessarily going to be super good in every single stage. Like this one is, you know, almost like a hard counter to Glorio because of the dodging. But then at the same time, you can attack lower. That doesn't have a huge effect on like super attack damage. Like if Glorio just does like 1 or 2 supers in slot 3 and then gets hit by a super from this Goku, then chances are he is going to get one shot. But it's an interesting combo because Glorio is so good like everywhere else, right? So now we can do this finally and get Cell floated off. We can also use Cell's active skill here, so that gives him his permanent buff for the rest of the battle. So he's now at 1,000,000 defense with just the just big bad bosses and what is it? Fierce Battle, Kamehameha, and Shocking Speed. It's funny that they share Kamehameha, the two villains in the slot 2 and 3 here. But all right, so we do that. Okay, so should be looking good here. Kid Buu, yep, it's got all that damage reduction still. The super attack should get nullified. Because actually, I don't know how many turns has Kid Buu been on. Because Kid Buu, he gets guaranteed nullification for like the first couple of turns against unarmed supers, and then it drops to being, is it 70%, which obviously is still very good. Although of course there is the possibility that, you know, if he doesn't negate a slot 1 super before he's attacked, like against this Goku, once Goku's fully built up, he could still die, especially because of like type disadvantage. But for now, very helpful for him to sit in slot 1 here, take no damage from the supers. That's let us finally like fix up our rotations, get a bit more attack lowering on Goku here. 40 million for Buuhan on this turn. Just how crazy it is though, the amount of HP this guy has, getting hit with like 40 million attack stat crits, and the bar of HP like barely goes down. 16 mil here from Cell. But yeah, Cell putting out similar numbers to like he would on a 200% team because of that big like Glorio support. So looking decent enough on this run. Again, like I think he's a good enough unit when he's the only version of him on the team, so he gets the full buff, and then ideally not as a slot 1 unit. So I think it's his team I think I have the bigger issue with, I guess, than just him like by himself. But let's see. Not a great rotation in terms of links here, but we can do this now. Get you into your standby. And we can start grabbing these orbs, so you can get 8. Obviously Glorio is going to be able to get his, that's 5 for you. Glorio is going to be giving his support here. Alright, let's do that. Because yeah, we've put quite a significant amount of attack lowering on him at this point. So hopefully the Demon King Piccolo will be okay against that singular attack. If it's a super attack, then it's potentially GG. And of course he hasn't supered yet on the turn. Not what we want to see. Of course he did. How good defensively is he going to be in the standby? Yeah, not quite good enough. 1.5 million. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's jump into a different event quickly. Okay, so we jumped into the Universe Survival Saga stage. It's in the same one, still in the Vegeta Story Red Zone, just to see how we get on. Now, interestingly enough, I put Slug on the team instead of Demon King Piccolo, see how we get on. But Cell is in slot 7, so that means that he's going to be back on the next turn. But it also means that we are... actually, you're like a super class, so you should be okay. It means we are going to get Slug's domain go off, which means Cell's isn't going to be active straight away. But I suppose that's not the worst thing, because Cell, of course, gets a huge boost from his domain. And being the only one on the team, obviously if his went off straight away on turn 1, we only get those 5 turns and then it's gone. Whereas now he's going to activate his one a little bit later into the event, which is probably going to be more beneficial for him, to be honest. So, yeah, Tech Cell in slot 1, nice. Still basically double-digit damage from a type disadvantage super. Obviously, Botomagetta doesn't exactly hit, like, insanely hard. Let me see their stats here. Yeah, their super does 1.4 million, but it's type disadvantage and it's super versus extreme. So, we're talking like over 2 million damage, and he just tanks that double digits in slot 1, so we like that. And then yeah, we got to start, we'll try and get our rotations like fixed up straight away here. So put Kid Buu in slot 3, because then Buhan's on the next turn. STR Cell's in slot 7, so he'll be back on this rotation next time around anyway. And in fact, the next phase is against Physical Ribrianne, but I don't know if we will kill this guy in the next turn. Well, I guess Buhan can do a lot of damage depending on the rotation, but yeah, Kid Buu getting a couple of attacks in here is good. But yeah, I mean, STR Cell, I think he looks a lot better on some of these other teams where he is the only one, because you're not like robbing the other Cell of getting that revival buff, which I think does make a huge difference. But yeah, we get the Slug Demonic Power active thing here. Let Slug get hit in slot 1 to get a little bit of build up, and then get 7 orbs here for you. Get those for you. Get that support from Glorio. So obviously we didn't have the previous Glorio in slot 1, so not giving any support. But yeah, Slug obviously on this team is getting the full 200% leader skill. So it'll be interesting to see the combination, the comparison between the two, because Slug is getting the full 200% lead, but mine is only 55%. And then Cell is getting the 170, but mine is 69%. Be interesting to see comparatively between the two of them, like how they're looking, because a lot of people disagreed with me having Slug over Cell on my tier list, but from my experience, I feel like Slug just does almost everything better than Cell. I mean, he's not a slot 1 unit either, but like post supering, his defense is good and he's got 66% damage reduction that isn't reliant on like him getting a revive or something, right? He just has that. So I think he can look very, very good a lot of the time. But yeah, now we get to Ribrianne. So we've got our Cell, we put Cell in slot 1. She's AoEing, but not until the end of the turn, so that's useful. So let's do that. Let's see what kind of orbs we can get. 7. Yeah, go for the 7. And then the support from Glorio as well. So this turn we've got double Glorio support and the links from another Cell. Obviously this is his very first turn. But 55k from normals and then 11 million attack. Obviously he's going to get a couple of attacks off here though, which is good. Goes to 12. That is the one thing, he can do a lot more attacks within the one turn than Slug. So in terms of like turn 1 attack stats, obviously he's doing better than Slug from the previous turn, but he is next to another Cell. Slug obviously shares some links with the Buhan, but they're not like best linking partners or anything. Slug's links aren't the best outside of having like big bad bosses and stuff though, to be fair, but I guess neither are Cells really unless you're linking him up with another Cell. But yeah, post super tanks for double digit damage, so that's good. Tech Cell obviously now doing some big damage, gets the crits, we're healing with the super as well. So yeah, basically back up to 4 HP. And then Glorio potentially is able to kill in slot 3, depending on how many of these attacks are supers. So I mean, STR Cell, he definitely works on this team. It's an interesting combo, having like the double Cell rotation and then a double Buu rotation. Glorio floating for the support, and then Slug will be floating, he's just kind of there. Once he's taken enough hits, like he has the Scouter, he's at least getting like big bad bosses from the other characters on the team. He has the active skill that can do a little bit of extra damage if we need it. But yeah, it's quite a fun team. Like Demonic Power / obviously Accelerated Battle is where the Cells get to be on the team. Glorio's lead's still a very good team. Like a lot of the Superclass Anniversary units are on it. Like it's just a good team in general. So yeah, let's go ahead and this is the guy that he does like crazy damage on the first turn, doesn't he? He has like 300% extra attack, which is kind of awkward. But I think Kid Buu, it's not the kind of super that Kid Buu can nullify either. So I actually don't know. Kid Buu might actually just get one shot in slot 1 here. I don't know. But let's see. So we'll do that. Get the 8 orbs there for you. 3 rainbows. Do that for you as well. Because yeah, Slug's getting hit a few times in slot 3 here, so he should be okay for getting those hits. Is it 5 or 6 he needs to get the Scour? Because he only got hit once on his first appearance. Because yeah, even though he's only going to be floating around, like having him come onto rotation and have the Scour active is obviously going to be quite helpful. But 35 million for Kid Buu with the links from Buhan and the double Glorio support. Like his post super defense is very, very good, and because he hasn't been hit that many times yet, he's still going to have the like 60% damage reduction. So 46 million from Buhan. Damn. Buhan gets another additional. I think he just kills him. Yeah, and it's the Ghost Kamehameha just to really like rub it in. 50 million attack stat Ghost Kamehameha to take this guy out. Absolutely destroyed. Alright, so Slug domain ends, Cell domain begins. So this is very good. I mean, ideally we still need Cell to die and get his revive. But obviously we'll see how we get on. Of course you're locked in slot 3, but that's where I bought these. That's the other thing, I guess, for this Cell team. You guys know I hate it, I go on enough about it as it is, but rotation locking really is not great for the Glorio team, considering you do want Glorio to be in slot 3 basically all the time. Rotation locking can really screw you over there. So 200k before attacking. So I really needs to get that revival buff. But of course he gets so much defense like on super, but I think if Topo supers him now, like post Cell's attacks, he probably tanks it. And then obviously Tech Cell is going to heal on his supers. Now you do get a decent bit of like comeback capability with this team. Like the Tech Cell, it's great because Tech Cell heals on super, Buhan heals when he picks up orbs. Depending on what you need in any given situation, obviously one of those can be more useful than the other. Like if you're obviously already on full health, then Buhan isn't helping you. And if you're on low health at the start of the turn, Cell isn't helping you. But in the right combos, like this, right, where we took a big hit in slot 1, then Cell gets a double super, and then we're close to, if not full health at this point. How much is this going to do? 43 damage. Topo's super attack does... Wow, the base damage is 4.6 million, but he also raises attack for 1 turn. So his super actually does close to, if not just over 6 million, and Tech Cell just tanks that for double-digit damage. That's pretty good. I was a little bit worried about Tech Cell there for a second, but hey, that's why he's at like joint number 1, like on the easy A tier list, right, with Buhan. Both of them are crazy good defensively post-super, whilst also doing insane damage, having the different ways to heal you. Like, they're both just so good. And then yeah, Glorio getting his attacks in. Can tank the normals even if he doesn't dodge, which is fine. And then who's getting locked here now? Yeah, see Glorio locked in slot 1. Fortunately, it's only like because of how much damage we did in the first turn, we obviously are going to kill him here. And then we get to the final phase and locking is not a thing for the Jiren, right? So we've only got to get through the Topo phase to get past the annoying rotation locking, and then we are good to go from this point, right? So yeah, Kid Buu 30 million basically. Will Kid Buu finish him off here with some additionals, or will it be down to Buhan? We'll see. I'm getting additional normal. It's not particularly helpful, even with the crit. And then the super doing 31. Okay. Good damage from Kid Buu. So, I mean, yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. But I think this is a very fun team to run STR Cell on. I definitely enjoy using him more when he's the only, like, STR Cell on the team. Because then you're not stopping that other one from getting his full potential. Although, realistically, we still need to actually die here so we can get our revival. And if I use his active skill... I feel like if I use his active skill, we're not going to die. So... maybe we should not use it and then he dies in slot 1, right? I feel like he dies in slot 1 if we don't use his active skill. Because at this point, when we're at like the final phase of the event, like we just want to die and actually get the revival and get the more powerful cell. Damn. How much do his normals do? Oh, his normal attacks do 2 million damage. Jeez. So yeah, obviously not like pre-revival Cell doesn't have guard, doesn't have that little bit of extra damage reduction. So yeah, obviously he gets taken out there. I wouldn't hold that against him or anything. The whole point of us like doing that was to put him in slot 1 and have him get killed. So I think that works out fine. Right, now the only thing is I don't know about Kid Buu. Because he has his active skill available now, that means he's been hit enough times to lose some of his damage reduction. So there is actually the possibility, although Jiren does an unarmed super, so although we're past the turns where Kid Buu would guaranteed nullify it, but he could actually just nullify if Jiren super attacks him in slot 1, to be fair. Yeah, okay, that's not good. 300k normals for Kid Buu. Oof. Right, well, we'll end it off there. Obviously, like I say, I've got him disabling dodge at the end. I was worried that Glorio was going to be the one that was going to sell. Still not the perfect team, because Kid Buu, I guess, in certain situations, as you can see, is still not the ideal slot 1. But I think Cell definitely looking a lot better on this team than he has in some of the runs that we've done with him as the double lead. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. I think Glorio still continues to be such a great unit and a great leader, making a lot of these other units just look really good on his team. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ninja. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.